Final 2 minutes of the hour until we reach 3 o'clock in the morning. We're looking to come all the way down here to the 200 EMA for the 1 minute, which is at this white line. We're looking at the 30-second timeline right now. This is our first point of interest to take some profits right here. It's going in our direction. We just need to break this support level. Once we break this support level, which we just did right on time, we'll be going to about 750. So we got 1 more minute left in the hour. I want to see it come all the way down to this white line right here at 3 o'clock. We just broke support. Push it back up ever so slightly. Should I not realize that you're the highest of the high? If you don't know it by now, don't ever wonder. Where's my headphones at? 30 seconds left in the hour. Now, if there's a big jump back, we won't lose all of our money. We'll just go ahead and place this right here, modify to that point, so we don't lose everything if there's a big jump up. But like I said, we're looking for 70, so we'll go to 72. We got 20 more seconds left in the hour. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 o'clock in the morning. You see how it wicked down to my point that I said it was going to? It wicked down there, but didn't actually give it to me. So this time I'm gonna go ahead and go through. We're gonna lock the 7, go down to 950, and take the 950. So that puts us over $1,000. We'll lock in 1,000.
Stop filled.
Right at the white line where I said it was going is the $1,000 point. I should have just put myself down there. And but we got 950, so not bad. But we could have had the $1,000 pretty easily, and it's going to go down to the 200 EMA right here. But we'll take the 950 to start. Now the problem is you can't re-enter, so you're kind of just like, now you got to watch that wick right there that gave us the 950 sucks, but you cannot re-enter the trade and try to chase it down any further from where it was. But like our goal was 1,875. We got 950 of 1,875. We were only risking $625. So you literally got half of your goal. That's awesome. So on the second entry that we set up, we literally missed it by 25 cents. We missed it by 50 cents. Stinks, but it's all good. So you saw our entry came down here to the white line, bounced up in that video, in the beginning of the video, went all the way back up to the entry point. Well, not quite to the entry point, and then finally went to the 5 minutes, 200 EMA, and that's where we're bouncing off of currently. So I always chase my plays down. It's a habit that's been ingrained in me through Apex, which is not a bad habit to have, making sure that you lock in profit at all. It's how I stay green and profitable. It's how I have 100% trading days and stuff like that. You never want to see a nice green amount and then go negative. Never be like, oh, my thought process is that this is going to go for $7,000. I'm up $1,000 right now. I'll just leave it open and let it run and run and run, and then I'll get to like $7,000, $10,000, $15,000. You may, but more often than not, because of how the market fluctuates up and down as it's moving its way down or moving its way up, you're probably just going to end up negative at some point in time and get stopped out. So if you see a decent amount of profit, lock it in. That's my best advice that I can give you as far as taking profit goes. My name is literally Mr. Take Your Profit for that reason. I used to just leave my trades open and wait for it to hit my take profit, and then a lot of times it would go like pretty darn far and then reverse on me and stuff like that. What happens is your analysis may be correct as to where the market is going, but the timing of it, of where you entered your trade, may not be correct. So you need to get in the habit of being like, what amount of money is good enough for me? Is $300 good? Is $500 good? And for me, how that works is, how many contracts do I have in? If I have one contract in, the first place I'm going to be looking is for about 30 ticks, which is about $150. So for every contract that I go from there, I'm going to be looking for $150 time that contract. So when I'm on 2 contracts, it's going to be $300. When I'm on 4 contracts, it's going to be $600. When I'm on 5 contracts, it's going to be $750. If I'm on 10 contracts, it's going to be $1,500. So 30 ticks is where I start when I'm looking for a place to lock in profit, not take profit. My take profit is always going to be about 200 ticks. This one says 202. It should be because of where I was when I got in. My take profit is always going to be 200 ticks, because 200 ticks actually happens pretty often in the stock market. Go to MNQ real quick so we can get a bigger screen for you guys. So let me show you 200 ticks. Top of this body right here. Sell 1. Check 200. 200. 200 ticks is just below this line here where we started running up. So when you're looking for 200 ticks, you're looking for an intraday hold. When you're looking for 30 ticks, you're looking for a scalp. 30 ticks to 50 ticks is a quick scalp. So if I go 50 ticks, see what I mean there? That's a scalp. Boom, boom to boom. And so with one contract, it's 250. With two contracts, it's $500, etc., etc. So when I'm scalping, I'm looking for about 30 ticks or 50 ticks to lock in profits. I'll lock in 30 ticks about right here. And then beyond that, everything is great. So if your scalp becomes an intraday hold, that's wonderful. But a lot of times, unless you got the best entry like up here where I got in, you're not going to have the ability to just sit and hold. Because like, let's say you get in right here, it goes all the way down there, but then it goes up even higher. You get wicked out in a loss, goes all the way up here, and then comes down, even goes back up even higher, and you end up losing because of where your stop loss is. Unless your stop loss is like way up here. I don't have a wide stop loss. Don't copy my stop loss settings. My stop loss settings are based on my entries. So I can do 25 ticks, I can do 30 ticks because I'm patiently waiting for the price to get to its highest point or its lowest point. If you don't know where the highest point is going to be or where the lowest point is going to be, that's perfectly fine. Give yourself more breathing room. So your trade would be like 200 to 100, right? And on NQ, that's going to be $1,000 to $500. I know $500 loss seems like a lot, but you can reduce it by just making sure that you're patient enough for it to get to a strong resistance area or a strong support area. Like this is a strong support area. Yeah, it wicked it out and you could have lost, but you don't get in on the very first candle either. You wait for it to develop a little bit, and then when you find the range where it's like, okay, it keeps coming back to this certain point or the bodies of these candles, then you're like, okay, I'll get in right here. Let's say I put in one right there, and then I check that box. Look at how far $100 is down. So I'm safe. That $50 is gonna be cool this entire time. That $500 is gonna be cool this entire time. So you got all of this breathing room. Where I'm at is about 30 ticks. So I'm right at the tail end of that line, right? And that's a much harder way to trade, so don't copy that. At the very minimum, I would say 100 is a good place to start. And then 100 to the 200, because 200 ticks usually hits pretty often. 100 ticks is like $50. 200 ticks is like, 200 ticks is $50. 100 ticks is $25. But I'm about to play my game. I'm gonna hop off. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Be safe trading out there. I'm gonna leave that one trade open or whatever. Minimize this. I had to sync my time up. My time keeps going out of sync. I'm not sure what that's all about or whatever. We're gonna play some Need for Speed Unbound. But again, this has been another Foot Transparency Trading where I am your host, Sebastian. Thank you so much for checking out these videos. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll check it out and try to get back to it in a later video. But you guys know the motto, take the easy money, man. And when I say take the easy money, I do mean that. If you see a trade, not windfall trading where you're like jumping in and out, trying to chase a play or whatever, but if you see an area where it seems to be developing a range and it seems to be repeating over and over and over again, even if it doesn't 100% agree with whatever your thought process is, take the easy trade, get and then So a lot of times what ends up happening is you'll get into a trade and you'll take a loss and you'll be down for the day. If you have the ability to take like a $200, $300, $400 win, do that instead and start your day off with a win. I try to always start my day off up in the market. And what that allows me to do is be more aggressive. And if I do lose a trade that's larger than the amount that I took in, I'm probably going over the loss amount. But like, let's say I make $300 and then I risk $500 in the next trade, right? I'm probably only losing $200 instead of being down $500. So like I rarely start the day with an aggressive trade. I start the day with a conservative trade. I get a few $100s to add to the account, and then if I do well with that trade and I start to see the range, then you'll see me take a larger trade with 2 contracts, 3 contracts, 5 contracts, whatever the case is, where the risk that I have is probably 2 times what I currently have in the account. So $500 to $600, right? I lose a trade. Let's say I lose a trade. Usually if I enter a trade with larger contracts, I'm confident that I'm not going to lose it, but just for the sake of argument, let's say I lose the trade. Now I'm only down $200. It is very easy to recoup $200 in the market. It is very hard to recoup $2,000. So just keep that in mind as you're trading. That's what I mean when I say take the easy money. Find yourself a trade that's going to make you some quick cash. Take that quick cash, robbing old folks and making a dash, and then go on about your day trading the normal way that you trade, aggressively or whatever the case is. But thank you so much. Check y'all later.